To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Mbolo, Mbolweni Madio royals, this is your queen, Ngningone II, 17th generation crown queen of the fangs and of the beautiful and amazing diasporan Africans, also known as the immortals. My beautiful and amazing royals, welcome, welcome back to Nubia, the path to return, the home of the African royals. Now, what are we talking about today? My dear royals, I have just a quick message because I heard from a few ones of you. A few ones of you came and reported ADDI, I believe that's the name, to your queen. And I'm moved to speak on it. So that's what we are going to do. I'm not going to talk about ADDI because I don't know what happened there. However, if the service was never delivered, the client should get their money back. That's how I see things. Okay? But I have some update to give to our people about the current changes going on in Gabon. I think it's imposed on all African countries, granting citizenship to African Americans in particular, I believe, because European Americans have been getting dual citizenship from the land of their ancestors for ages, and such requirement has never been imposed on European countries. But for the purpose of this video, we will highlight these 5 ones, okay? The 5 African countries the presidents have recently visited Washington, all right? So let's jump in.
Why is Donald Trump hosting 5 Africa presidents? You guys should listen.
United States President Donald Trump will host 5 African presidents in Washington on Wednesday, July 9. The African leaders are Gabon's Brice Oligui Nguema, Guinea-Bissau's Umaru Sissoko Embalo, Liberia's Joseph Boakai, Senegal's Bassirou Diomaye Faye, and Mauritania's Mohamed Ould Ghazouani. The White House said in a statement on Wednesday, July 2nd, that President Trump and his 5 counterparts from Africa will discuss economic partnerships. According to the White House, Trump believes that African countries offer incredible commercial opportunities which benefit both the American people and the USA's African partners. The July 9th meeting will feature a roundtable discussion on unlocking commercial potential in African markets, and then an official luncheon in honor of the visiting leaders would follow. In recent months, President Trump has turned his focus on Africa, saying the continent is very rich in natural resources that can significantly benefit American industries. For instance, he has been very vocal about obtaining minerals from the Democratic Republic of Congo and the neighboring Rwanda. Now, the 5 African leaders meeting with Trump next week would come not long after he hosted South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa at the White House on May 21st, 2025. But the July 9th meeting comes at a time when Trump's administration has significantly slashed foreign aid for Africa, terming the assistance wasteful and burdening to the American taxpayers. In 2024, Washington granted sub-Saharan Africa aid amounting to 12.7 billion US dollars. On July 1st, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that America would implement a charity-based foreign aid model which would favor countries that demonstrates both the ability and willingness to help themselves.
If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations who protect their citizens, respect their neighbors, and honor the differences that make each country special and unique.
Amazing, as you could hear it from President Trump himself. You know, he can only tell them what would lead them to freedom. Unlike other nations, right? In Africa, we love to feel sit too big for our head, and we are forced to be puppets, and then we come and embarrass ourselves. Let's get into the heart of the topic. Well, my dear royals of Africa, if your ancestry come from a tribe located within the border of these countries, know that there's a change in the way you can acquire citizenship. The new change is you have to go through the US Embassy. You go and apply for the citizenship of the land of your ancestor through the local US Embassy. And then they are the ones who would present your application to the whatever authorities are there in that country. Can you imagine? So you have to go through the US Embassy first to kind of get some sort of clearance. Let's talk about it. When they came to DC recently, this is the kind of thing they came and agreed to do. Burkina Faso, I'm sure there's changes like that because this current administration is putting a tracker on you. Losing our people was already painful enough. Now that they have found their way home, we have to let them go to the former master again, get clearance before we can claim them outright on the land of our ancestors. This is like another blow in the gut. Yeah, it's painful. On the surface, of course, my children, yeah, they rule in DC. And in the land of our ancestors, we also have our own understanding of bureaucracy. Yes, because behind this desk are our sons, our daughters, our uncles, our aunties, our neighbors. Yes, our boyfriends, our husbands. Yes. And in addition, the law, the traditional law that we observe, some of them have survived. You know, the traditional law we observed during the time of the kings and stuff. Some of those laws have survived. And many times the law of the land prevail over the law of men. Yes. It's an abomination to us. Fang, Nkota, Nchoko, all these tribes in Gabon, all these Bantu tribes. Hey, it's an abomination. A lost child finally found his way home and you don't bring him in. That one can never happen. Okay? So, but I want you guys to know that going public, making a lot of noise. Oh, we're going back home. We're going back home. My children is not safe. It's not safe. Why you guys like everything that has a buzz? You guys love to follow things that have a buzz. Here they are. A whole group is running there. No, it's not the loudest one is the one gathering the most people and everything. My children, you guys are anything but stupid. You guys are smarter than that. Know how to read the scammers. Okay? When you come home, I've been preaching on this channel, mingle with us. Mingle with us. There's so many Africans here. Mingle with us. Network with us. Because they know who you are. They know what you represent. So consider your departure from here, or to go even come and claim us at home as your people too, by bearing one of our passport. That alone, it's like a slap on their face, because in their mind, you are property. You are their property, so they think. You know, consider that it's going to be like a breaking out of a plantation, just like back in the days of our ancestors. It's not going to be easy because of what you represent. Not only you, all of you, your brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, the diaspora. You are the other end of the broken staff of our rulership on earth that they cast away. This is who you are. So that our power never rise again, so that we never rule again. This is who you are. They know who you are. And they know the meaning of your return. If you ever return, our rulership on earth will be restored. You are the end of the stick, they cast away. The warfare that has been waged on us is as tactical as spiritual. And to ensure that we never rise and rule again, they created distance. They broke our staffs, not only the physical staff, but also the people ruled by that staff, the body of that staff. They took a piece, they cast toward the Americas to ensure that you here, you are beneath everybody else, including their pet, and us back at home, still being trampled on. Because our power, us the African, is rooted into our oneness. Yeah, because the one who gave us the right to rule is the power of one. That's why the thought of African unity has been and remains their biggest threat, because it would be kryptonite to their rule. So they created distance to ensure that we never rise again, we never become whole again. They took a body of the staff, they cast away into the Americas, and they started the brainwash, those on the continent and those in the diaspora, to carve a deeper distance, okay? Mentally, psychologically, culturally, everything, spiritually. That's why you see many of us feeling comfortable dividing us, creating subgroups, claiming they're other people, and so on and so on. It's been engineered since their Berlin conference. If you have noticed that since these Europeans have conquered Africa, they stopped fighting each other like it was back in the days, waging war on each other, invading each other. They stopped that. They know that their only survival lays in their unity. Even when America bore arms against her homeland, Britain, They ended up making up. No matter what, they went and fought in the Gulf. British, they were they were in that mission. Wherever they go and blow people up, they gather their strengths together. So you have to understand in that they learn from the mistakes of their past, unlike us. Okay? Any power is rooted in unity. And whomever benefit from that power being broken rises from the brokenness or the division among the conquered. That's how it works, my children. So they know that their rule, their power feeds, survives on our division. Yes. And we've been feeding it. We've been feeding it fat. Those of you who watch me, remember the video I was addressing the FBA? I'm like, you want to start a war against the African in their backyard? They don't even know where their power lays. Their power lays in our division. That's where their power lays. In us staying apart, it affects us energetically, spiritually, all the way. Okay? It fuels their dominion over us. It's all spiritual as well. Okay, my people. Those who love to just tear the house apart for no reason. That's what it is. So you are the other end of the broken stuff of our rulership that they cast away, upon which the rulership will be restored if that other end returns. So you have to understand your return will not be easy, my children. And don't believe anybody who come and sell you a dream and making a lot of noise about it. You guys shouldn't be out there popping up videos that I've been preaching it on this channel. Mingle, network with other Africans. This is what it's about. We have bigger fish to fry than fight each other. So don't believe those who come with the big noise, noise everywhere. Big speeches. My children, open your eyes. It will not be easy. So you have to be discreet. But what I could tell you, home is home. Nobody gonna toss you away because you show up in the land of your ancestors. When you tell them my blood was ripped, snatched, stolen from this land, I found my way home. I want to be one of yours again. I don't know the African that gonna tell you, no, I won't do such thing because Washington said. It's an abomination to our people. So please don't be discouraged to go back home. You honor your ancestors and they're with you. Those over here, those over there, they will open up the path. But don't be discouraged. They don't know how deep and spiritual the returns of many of you is. That's why they play with your money. They come and tell you all bunch of things because they don't measure the spirituality behind that return, what that return means. And I would suggest the scammers stop. This here is not a game. This here is not a game. Our children don't need to buy their way back home. I wish you guys just get your money back. I mean, that's what should happen. The service was not rendered. The money should be returned. Yes, because I know it's your hard-earned money and our children shouldn't buy their way home. I don't see it like that. There's a way you can tell. I mean, all of you must first return to the land of your ancestors, the land where your blood was ripped from. That's your landing spot. First, you have to enter through there first. There's a lot that happens by you just arriving there, and then from there you can go and travel wherever else in Africa. But bringing bunch of people like this at once, it was never going to happen. I don't even know which country would allow it to take place like that. And being a Sahel state for that was going to be a huge security risk. Okay. Yes, Burkina Faso is very popular and stuff, but we also know they want the captain. And our people from the land of one of those who want them bad, just a bunch of them just pouring like this at once. No. So please learn to identify the too good to be true kind of stories. That's what I mean. Okay. So mingle with other Africans. Every African around you is family. Stop the sticking who's gonna hold your hand and lead you home? Us. But we can't make noise about it. They made so much noise about it that these things are now tightening up. Now we have to embarrass ourselves and send our children back to whomever they're trying to run from, to come and they want to come home and hide. They want to come home and be one of us. So at least be cloth, because our children are still naked. Today they give citizenship. Tomorrow they can take away. We don't know. So you have to be smart out there. You have to be wise out there, and you have to keep your mouth shut. Stop uploading videos about it. You guys can do like group chats, whatever, but get out of people's face with, it's literally, like running away from a plantation. You have to think of it that way. Okay? So, okay, my love. So sorry. So sorry you had to go through that. These are people who don't understand the depth of that return. They don't understand that it's a spiritual return. And it won't end well for those who temper around and play around with your emotions and your hopes and your money and all that is going on. Is very hurtful. I'm so sorry, my people. It's so hurtful. It's hurtful to see. They don't understand. So mingle with your Africans around. What is it? Mingle. Okay? Mingle. They're gonna hold you by the hand and stuff. No African gonna embarrass themselves and send you to go and report and stuff. We know what they're asking that for. We know. So I'm so sorry you guys have to go through that. I mean, for real. So sorry. Okay. Peace in your home, love in your heart, and unity.
Maganga mema